Hello, welcome to Popalong RC, the RC car channel dedicated to RC car racing, and in this video I'm talking to you about why I think, well, RC racing and our RC racing community is just amazing. Where to start? I think I need to start not with this little win, but the photo that accompanies it. Now this photo to me encompasses exactly why RC racing is amazing. In this picture alone we have got a young kid, okay, we have got a 77-year-old man and some ugly bloke with a beard stood in the middle. But my point being, RC car racing is a hobby where these three people can compete on a level playing field. What was great about this race actually is we're racing against girls as well. RC truly is for everyone, and I'm really enjoying the Fronty racing because it's slightly slower and it's a little bit more accessible to the masses. Which brings me on to these two cars that I've got here. This one is the car that I was running. This is my entry-level Vibe FT, which I took out for its maiden voyage. Now, if you're new to RC, if you buy and build an RC car and put it on the track, you can't expect to be winning straight away. There are going to be some little tweaks that need to be made just to get the car set up for the track. And hopefully, if you've watched the previous video I did on this car, you'll see some of the little changes that I've made. Now, what I'd like to do actually is go through this car and the manual, show you the setup guide and tell you what changes I actually made to this car to get it into the window. So this car here is a TT02, which I'm in the process of turning into a Fronty using 3D printed parts. Now, this again is another part of the RC community, which I think is amazing. A Facebook group started up, and there was some bits like this that were shared, and you can print them off for free and turn a TT02 into a Fronty car, which is a slightly slower race format and ideal for beginners. Now, I was lucky enough to see Barry's TT02, which is already made up. So let's take a quick look at Barry's TT02 and then I'll take a closer look at my one here. As you can see, Barry has gone with some bright yellow parts, which is ideal for this video, so you can clearly see which components have been added. Now, you do need to get hold of some slightly longer turnbuckles because the ones that come in the original kit are a lot shorter. So with this layout and configuration, you can see he's got a nice fan and heatsink there on the motor. This car is actually a TT02S, I believe. So you can see it's got slightly different front arms to the stock car, and it allows a little bit of space behind the arms, because what I've noticed actually with these kits is on this side you can see the angle there of the steering, whereas at that side there's hardly any angle being generated. And again, as we turn the other way, we've got a lot of angle there and a very small angle on the inside of the turn. So this is the Ackerman effect that's created with these long turnbuckles. An issue that I am worried about, obviously this hasn't got any wheels on it, but will the wheels be able to turn much, or will they hit the chassis? Because we have now got the rear of the chassis at the front of the car, which restricts the amount of movements because we've taken away some of the space that you can see in there behind the shock. Barry's also converted over to 64 DP. So let's have a little look at the progress that I've made on mine. So here is my TT02. This was donated to the channel by Noel, and it comes with the, looks like the CVA shocks, a few Racing hop-up parts. I've already started working on the conversion. So, as you can see here, we've got a motor which is now at the steering end of the car. So we've moved the rear of the car to the front and the front of the car to the rear, so that now the motor and all the weight is at one end. So because the battery sits down this side, the servo can't fit in here because that's where the motor is. So therefore the conversion up the front, and I've got this 3D printed bumper here. I haven't used the TPU, which it should be printed in. I just wanted to put it all together just to test it. So at the moment that is made out of the wrong material. However, what I'm hoping to do instead is take a bumper off of a Tamiya truck, and then if you place this on top like so, I can then cut out the shape that I want from the foam bumper. And I've marked it off already, going to cut out the square for the servo to fit in. So I'm actually going to run this bumper, and then I've got the plate that goes over the top like so, and hopefully that should make the bulk of my Fronty. Now, I did put it together the other day when I was messing around, and one issue that I have discovered on the configuration that I've got, I'm running these 6mm hexes, and although the wheels can go a long way this way, what they can't do because of the chassis is turn very far that way. So the turn on it is not very good. So you've hardly got any turning that way, but you can turn quite a long way back this way. So I'm wondering whether I've done something wrong. These shocks, they're quite big. They're very, very close to the chassis again. So it might be that I need to rethink about the shocks that I'm running. But if you're interested in this journey, do like, subscribe, hit the old ding dong bell, and please follow our TT02 Fronty journey.